Okay, now people might say, well, why are you going for a 10-pound weight loss when you only need 1 pound per day? You're just like 3 pounds over. Okay, the first week I came in almost at 330 pounds. So when you reduce the carbs, your body's gonna release a lot of water. So I'm not really impressed by that. I know it's gonna get harder for me to lose weight as I get smaller. It's gonna be less of me to burn. Calories is burned inside of moving muscle. If I don't build any muscle, hopefully I can maintain it, but if I start losing muscle, it's gonna be harder to burn fat when there's less muscle. So I'd rather get a good start on it, get 40 pounds off, and then I can kind of cruise into it, and I can worry about muscle building and how I'm looking, but I still want to meet my goal of 100 pounds in 100 days. So people ask me, well, why don't you just throw everything in the kitchen sink, workout, supplement, cardio, diet, throw everything in there and just go for it? First of all, if you ever notice, most prep coaches, they don't look like much of anything, especially the good ones. They look average. Sometimes we look less than average. Sometimes I believe it's because we know too much and we try to throw everything we know when it comes to us instead of picking just one route and going to it. So when I do your diet, I do your program, I don't dictate where the diet goes. Your body dictates that. So for once, when it comes to me, I'm actually letting my body decide which path I'm going to take. So that's why 13-pound weight loss first week, good. Let's go for another 10. But just because I can just feel it's coming off. I'm not trying to do that. I just feel that everything is right with the diet. Then let's throw the workouts in there. That's the proper way of doing things, so I won't get confused and then have to shut the whole thing down and start over. So that's why I'm slowly implementing things in as I go along. Thinking about like this, 7 pounds is all I need a week. So I'm not gonna push it and try to go for 13 or 14 or 15. But if my body wants to give the weight and I'm able to handle all my clients, I'm ready to do all my diet plans, it's fine. Why 100 pounds in 100 days? Well, I thought about it. I always wanted to do a transformation on myself, but I always had issues. Finally, I had the resources to do it, but then I didn't have the time. And other times I didn't have the resources, but I had the time. So now this is a good time in my life where I have both the resources and the time. I had a support team with me. So I had a bunch of clients that was actually behind me to push me to do that. So, but why 100 pounds? Why not 50? Why not 60? Why not 70? Because I really wanted to reinvent myself. And I wanted to show all of my clients that your 20 pounds or your 30 pounds is very doable when you're half my age, when you're you might be on protocol, you may not be on protocol. It's really no excuses. So I thought the best way to do that, to inspire others, is actually get back in the game and do it myself. With all the things that I know as far as supplement-wise and protocol-wise, why don't I implement those in the program and just, make this a lot easier? Because first of all, that's not provocative. Anybody can get on a huge cycle, take a bunch of thermogenic drugs, take T3, to do that. How's that impressive? How about if I do it naturally? So what you guys can do naturally with your body, with your own physique. It's basically, I am using something special. I'm using my mind. I'm using 35 years of what I learned of doing this and implementing it all into myself in these 100 days. I think that's going to be something more enjoyable, something that everybody would like to see. Okay, my last week's weigh-in was 329. Now I'm going to weigh in today, 7 days later. Okay, now that was 329 and 316. That's about 13-pound weight loss. It's a pretty good week, but mostly probably water from the reduced carbs. So it should get pretty interesting in the next following weeks. I will be posting videos on my Instagram, and there will be full workouts here on YouTube. So I went through all my supplements that I had. Thousands of bottles of supplements, at least threw most of them away. And I narrowed it down to this is what works the best for me, and this is what I'm going to stick to. So not all at the same time. Some may go in, others may come out, but I can't start with all this at once because there's an issue. I have to stop everything and slow down my program. But what I'm going to start with is these, the Jay Cutler line, cognition. This is for like mental mind clarity. because I am a prep coach and I still need to do diets. I still have to perform. So I have to make sure that my mind is clear and I'm able to think and do all the diets. Now, I got to get this stomach down. This is not all fat. It's like when somebody has a extended gut, a lot of time it's like bacterial health. So this is a probiotic, Pro 50 by Jay Cutler. I'm starting with this one. Test booster. Also, this is not only just to increase my natural testosterone, my free testosterone, it will help my mind clarity as well. So very important I take this one. I don't do stems, but I will start on the pre-workout Amplify by Jay Cutler, caffeine free. I don't do caffeine. And Generate, BCAAs. Now, it's gonna be an interesting way how I take this. I'm gonna take this with meals to complete any meal that doesn't have the full chain of branched chain amino acids. I'll take this with my chicken breast, I'll take this with my steak, I'll take this with my fish. I won't need it with my eggs. So this is the start. We're doing back, and I'm gonna start with some light dumbbells. I'm just trying to get, what I like to do, I like to get the blood in the muscle first before I actually try to build. So I keep the weights kind of light. So basically I do all my detailed work before I get into my mass movements. The first move we're gonna show you here is basically, it's like a rear delt movement, but I use it for lower trapeze and rhomboids, arms straight out, like I'm like trying to fly or soar through the air and squeezing my trapeze and rhomboids. When you're doing it very strict and controlling it, it's gonna be pretty hard. If you're doing it with 50-pound dumbbells, you're not doing it correctly. Try to keep your arms straight as possible and focus on trapeze, rhomboids, inner latissimus dorsi. All right, so now I'm doing a variation of a lat pull down. I'm using a mag grip and I'm using 2 psychopaths. Now the reason I call this is to let your lats fall, because I'm trying to get the lats to fall down so it makes you appear like you have a smaller waist. So I'm basically trying to rebuild muscle and lose body fat at the same time. It's really hard. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to do that, but I'm gonna try. So this movement is a lat pull down on the floor, on your knees, leaning into the movement to get your lats to fall down. Okay, third exercise, I'm gonna be doing bent over row, but I'm doing it on the high bench where I made my own high bench with the bumper plates. And I'm gonna do a dead stop with this. I'm going for 10 reps. It's more about the squeeze. This is a muscle builder. And if you ever get a chance to do these, make sure you get the bench high enough where you can actually do a dead stop with it. It has to be the right height where it's not too far and not too shallow. Okay, this is the actual weight. I'm not modifying anything. My strength is really down. But I'm trying to keep up with these guys. They've been working out, I haven't, so no excuses. Hopefully my strength will go up as I get more in shape. Okay, this is the 4th and final exercise for back. Like I said, I'm just getting into it. I'm actually getting a pump. I'm surprised because my carbs are super low, but it feels pretty good. I got a good sweat going. We got the fans in the garage, no air conditioning. It's a cool night, but I'm covered up because I want to sweat. So this is bent over rows. And now you're gonna see a little cheating on this, and this is why I say this for last. And this is also why I did everything supported from this point on to protect my lower back. If I would have exhausted my lower back, I really could have go heavy on this movement. Okay, that's gonna be my last video. Last video for the night. I will do 2 more sets of this. I will go up a little bit more in weight. Feels pretty good. And then I'll do my cardio. Thank you guys for watching.